Okay, let's get a combine. All right, let's see if she's gonna start. Oh, parking brake's not on. I think my starter's going out. That's not good. Well, we got the combine pulled out. We're gonna take it down to the shop. That way I can go through it, grease it, check all the fluids and everything. Just make sure nothing's had any problems just sitting. So we're gonna jump in, head on down the road. The 30-inch row soybean test plot that we harvested on the farm this year is going to provide us a lot of data that we'll be able to use in our operation going forward. Most notably, the most shocking result is that the Pioneer Z-Series beans are very, very hard to beat. Especially here in southern Indiana, they had incredible results. Stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to go into more depth on what my picks were and what beans I will be looking at planting coming in the next years. And thanks to Nutrien in Poseyville, Indiana for helping get this plot planted and harvested. This is the 3.3 Dyna Grow. As you can see, it's lodged pretty bad for being on 30-inch rows. We'll just have to see what it yields, see if it's worth the lodging. Dyna-Gro, what is this? This is an S35 ES 82. S35 ES 82. This is what the rest of the field's been planted in. This was the only variety this year that we had any data on 30-inch rows. All in all, I was pretty impressed with it, the rest of the farm, so excited to see how it stacks up against the rest of these and get a true yield on it. But yeah, all in all, they look pretty good. Moisture's running real good. The yield's probably not real accurate, but comparatively, the variety before this was saying about 110, 112 pretty consistently. So we're a little bit above that for sure. Alright, so we just pull up here to the seed tender. Pretty much keep the auger out the whole time. No sense in putting it back. We just unload what we've harvested. Once this empties out, I can kind of tell, and I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We shut her down. That way we unload the grain tank pretty evenly across all the different seeds there. Once we get unloaded, we just head on back to the other end of the field and cut a new variety. Now I've got to tell you, shut this door here. So when we get to the end of the row, I pick the head up, I count to 10. As soon as I get out of the beans, I count to 10. At that point, I'll switch the header off. Once the header's off, I count another 10 seconds and I disengage the separator. Again, that just creates a consistent throughput across all the different varieties. Make sure that we're not unloading one more than we are another one. Again, the test plot is all about consistency. You're not going to see a 10, 20 bushel difference on soybeans It's going to be a couple bushel difference. So it really matters to make sure that we get it as consistent as possible. That way all the data is relative. Alright, here we got the Dyna-Gro 37 ES52. I was really impressed with this bean throughout the growing season. It had a really good canopy on it. The plants are real tall, really good pod still. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's yielding really well according to the monitor. Again, that's not accurate, but it is relative compared to the other data we're pulling. So yeah, I'm real happy with this 37. And next in the plot, we've got a Paloma bean from Farmers Business Network. This is the PL2E 37 ES. So this is a Group 37. It's new to them this year. Everybody at FBM is very impressed with it. I compared it to the 3.5 that I had last year, and it wasn't bad. It was comparable. Soybeans. There's not much in this tank, but big wagon's full, so we'll have to dump some in here. That's it. We are done with beans. Only had a couple little mishaps. Broke my reel right there. Yeah, it's gone. Lost a couple of plastic fingers. Not a huge deal. Big problem we had was underneath the cab here, this feeder house, the very back plate here actually came off about halfway through the test plot, and it slid down. And so we were just getting caked full of crap up here. Not really much telling how much we actually lost by throwing back out, because that cylinder, I mean, you could see the cylinder, it was wide open. So. But it is what it is. We're done. We're going to take the combine back down to the barn and park it for a little while, because corn's got a ways to go before it's ready to shell. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's been a busy day. I'm hot, sweaty, I'm tired. I got to get these two wagons hauled to the barn, and get the combine put in the barn, and then we're going to call it a day. Yields are pretty good. The plot average, I think, was 71 for 30-inch rows. That's awesome, especially being my 15-inch field went 72. So I'm real happy on the 30-inch rows. I think we got an idea of which route we're going to go next year on some new varieties. Really excited about those. All in all, guys, it's been a very good soybean harvest. I can't wait to get into the cornfield. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you've already made it this far, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and you guys have a good one.
Well, we'll start out with the good, the bad, and the ugly of the 30-inch row test plot. The bad was, unfortunately, the Dyna-Gro 31s, the Dyna-Gro 35s, and the Palomas from Farmers Business Network. All three of these beans were down around 73 bushel, and really were not very impressive throughout the growing season. Now the goods were the Dyna-Gro S40s and the Dyna-Gro S41s. They both had a respectable yield right around 80 bushel an acre, and they looked decent throughout the growing season. The test weight left some room for improvement, but they were pretty good beans. Now I'm going to say the good, honestly the great, is going to be the Pioneer Z-Series beans. These both yielded 83.2 bushel, had very good test weight, and were beautiful plants throughout the entire growing season. They were bushy, they were healthy, and they absolutely stacked the pods. Now looking only at the top contenders of the test plot, here's my recommendations and my thoughts going into next year. The Dyna-Gro S41s for this area in southern Indiana, they did yield very good at 79, but their test weight was just very disappointing at only 44. Could really hurt me at the elevator. The Dyna-Gro S40s had a very respectable 80 bushel an acre yield, and their test weight was quite a bit better than their counterpart of the S41. But they did have a disappointing canopy coverage. They really didn't close the row very well, and I'd be worried about weed suppression on 30-inch rows going into next year. I think the overall winner of this plot is going to be the Pioneer P38Z63E. With a shocking 83.2 bushel to the acre, 53 test weight, and just a beautiful plant throughout the entire growing season, I think this one will be what I'm going with next year. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you've had good luck with on 30-inch rows, and if you get any other ideas coming off these test plots. Thanks, guys.